Welcome to the Jersey Justice Podcast, featuring your hosts, attorneys Gerald Clark and Mark Morris.
But anyway, Tommy Dorfman, right?
Tommy Dorfman, known as Tommy D in the club world.
Okay, cool. So thanks for coming on. You got a kind of a crazy story to tell. Just tell us real quick, kind of give us the short version of what happened to you and what you've been going through the last 15 or so years.
Yeah, so first of all, thanks a lot for having me on your show. Much appreciated. I've been fighting Live Nation for 15 years. I had a very successful career in the entertainment industry, and I got to the top. And I was at a point where I was at a plateau, and the only thing I could do bigger was move into the festival industry. And then I grew into the festival industry. I made a 10-year contract with the State Fair Meadowlands to produce the concerts over 3 weeks, 500,000 attendees the State Fair had at the time. And my start off was an EDM festival. I was going to put the biggest EDM festival on the East Coast. At the time, this was called house music before EDM was really cool, but it became mainstream. I saw it coming mainstream. So signed that contract, had the whole festival in place, had my staging in place, had the talent in place, brought huge partners involved, and we had everything going. And then a company, Live Nation Entertainment, found out about it. I didn't even know who they were at the time, except they did rock and roll. They came in, click of a button, wiped out my whole entire festival, blocked my talent, blocked my artists, blocked my ticketing, and ended my career.
All right, so go ahead, Mark.
We're going to start at the beginning, but what do you mean by with a click of a button?
Yeah, Live Nation is very powerful. Live Nation owns Ticketmaster. They're the biggest monopoly out there. So they came in and told me, circling back to your question, they came in and told me that if I did not partner with them in a meeting, they wanted my EDM festival. They were late to the game. They were behind the 8 ball. This was me and my partners. We were the pioneers of the EDM industry. House music to EDM. Live Nation didn't even do these shows. So I never even saw them coming. But they found out about it, and they wanted to be an event that was this large. And they came in, they attacked the State Fair Meadowlands owner, Al Dorso, told him to kick me out. They went to the New Jersey Sports Authority, the landlord of the Meadowlands, and told him, kick me out, bad-mouthing me to the powers that can be. Then I had a meeting with Live Nation, and Live Nation told me that if I would not partner with them, kick my 2 partners out, that I had a handshake deal at the time, but I'm a man of my word, and I never break my deal. My dad taught me that growing up as a kid, and never break my word. They told me they wanted the EDM festival. If not, they would block all my talent from performing worldwide. They would block all my talent from the William Morris agency, all the agencies. They would get me kicked out through the State Fair, through the Sports Authority, and they would also block my tickets from Ticketmaster, which I thought was weird because I was like, I've gotten tickets through Ticketmaster, and they came in aggressive. They came like pit bulls, attacking me, vicious. There's loopholes in your contract. We're getting you out. They went crazy.
So that means Ticketmaster, you wouldn't be able to sell tickets, or people couldn't buy tickets on Ticketmaster.
Yeah, if I can't sell tickets for my festival, and in the State Fair Meadowlands, the Sports Authority, it's exclusive agreement through Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
No tickets, no show.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning then. All right, just tell us real quick, like how you got into this business. I think you used to work at DJs or something. Tell us how you got into this business, kind of leading up to that experience with Live Nation and the Meadowlands situation, and then we'll kind of go slow through that. I want to try to understand this.
Yeah. I'm picturing like the time before, like the record scratch thing, and it's like, I bet you're wondering how I got here. So yeah, taking it all the way back.
Past if I got back, all the way back. Let's go. So I started off in the club business at a young age. I lived on my own at a young age, about 16 years old. To survive, I rented houses, and I threw house parties with DJs, underage house parties, you name it. Some crazy stories on that one. Brought DJs in, packed my houses out with hundreds and hundreds of people to pay my rent, to live. Then I would bring these people to clubs back in the day, if you're familiar with like the Tunnel, the Limelight. And I would be bringing massive amount of people.
Limelight was in the city, right? New York City.
Limelight in the city, the Tunnel in the city. And I started off doing guest lists, bringing 100, 200 people to these clubs, just being a sub promoter, getting $2 a head, you name it at that time. Then I wanted to move on to something bigger. I was doing this, it was survival, and I was always passionate about music as a kid. My dad brought me to like Michael Jackson concerts. I can remember all the way down in Philadelphia. I can remember his the guy, the drummer being there. I think his name is Tito or something, literally just sitting there playing the drums in a hotel I was at. So I was always passionate about music, loved music, was at a lot of concerts. And I really was like, wow, I think I can make a career out of this. So I wanted to start promoting my own parties. So I started working really hard, no clue what I was doing, and passing flyers out, college campuses, car to car, gyms, you name it, outside every nightclub. I started working 20 hours a day. Instead of doing all these house parties, it usually doesn't come with good things,
Yeah.
As a lawyer, you probably understand that. 20 hours,
and as a former house partier.
A former house party. If you came to mine, you knew how they're crazy were. We had attics collapse with people coming
that's not
on
good.
there when the police were coming in. So I wanted to promote my own events, and I really wanted to create a club empire. A lot of, at the time, my friends, family, they all said, you're crazy. You can never do this, you know what I mean? But that was my goal, and that's what I wanted to do. During this time period, right when I wanted to create this, I had a tragic thing happen in my life. I was at a party, and I was hit with someone assaulted me. Wrong place, wrong time. Came up and hit me with a gallon of vodka from 50 feet behind and fractured my skull. People always say I'm in this David versus Goliath fight versus Live Nation. It is, but I've kind of been in that fight my whole life. Yeah. So my head was fractured, my skull. I was 80% blind, and I was told by all the doctors that I would never be able to succeed. I'd be on permanent disability, and I would never be able to do anything. I wasn't taking that for an answer. I went to rehab for 4 months. Then I walked out, and this is a story no one knows. In the club industry, through all the years, this scar in the back of my head right here.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that was just my nice design.
Yeah.
Because I never wanted it as anybody have a weakness on me.
Right.
And now my assistant told me it's a strength, but I'm telling you the facts.
Yeah.
So I came out of that after 4 months, learned how to tie your shoe again. Vision started to come back. I worked 6-7 months to create my first party, 20 hours a day. And I created my first successful party. First night I did it was Kokomo's in Prominence, New Jersey. I think it was like 96, 97. I did over 1,000 people on a Wednesday night, which was my first successful event.
What? It's just a party with a DJ, or did you have a band, or what?
Yeah, it was just a DJ. I didn't have any money. So the DJ was like from my house parties. Paid $100.
So how does that work? You link up with a bar or a club, and you'd be like, look, I'm going to take this night. I'm going to get a bunch of people in, and then you get a cut of it. Like, how does it work? How does that work?
Yeah,
normally?
so nobody wanted to give me a spot.
Yeah.
And Wednesday night, you're from New Jersey at that time. Back then, nobody partied on Wednesday.
No one's going out.
So no promoters could get a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I tried every
Unless
single
it's the
night.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but
Wednesday for Thanksgiving, that was our moneymaker back
Or
in the
Christmas
day.
Eve happens to fall on a Wednesday.
yeah.
Yeah, so I got a Wednesday night. That's all they give me.
Yeah.
So I made the flyer, finally a Wednesday. Spent 6 months promoting this Wednesday party, finally a Wednesday, New Jersey. Everybody told me it couldn't happen. First night, I did with working 20 hours a day, 7 days a week for those 6 months, nonstop, packed over 1,000 people in it. That launched my career for me.
Wow.
And what do? You get? Tell me the money deal with the club. Like, how does that work? You get 1,000 people in there, and how do you get a part of it?
So this
Normally.
deal right there, I got the whole entire door, and the owner paid the expense.
The door means the cover charge.
All the cover charge that came in. So I went from I was eating ramen noodles, barely even surviving.
Yeah.
To even get flyers for this,
Yeah.
I had to literally go into college campuses like William Patterson,
Yeah.
and print. I don't think it's stealing, but I had to go use their print button,
the copy
and
machine,
use the
yeah.
copy machine to print it because I couldn't afford the flyers.
Yeah.
So I got the whole door deal,
And it's usually cash at the door, right?
cash at the door.
So are you standing there, or do you have someone you can trust to take the money?
Well, just starting off right there, I had one person I could trust. I think it was my ex-girlfriend at the time back in the day.
And is that person actually taking the money, or is the house taking the money and then you're trusting them to give it to you?
Nah, I never trust the house. So we took the money. This club was owned by a mafia guy. So we took the money. Money came into me, And I made a lot of money.
And
on my
then
first
and
night
then all
party.
the drink sales and all that stuff is all in the house. Gets that.
Yeah, and this deal, so some I would take 100% of the door and 20% of the bar. But this deal starting off, I had 100% of the door.
Got it.
Wow.
All
That's
right.
cool.
Yeah.
So you call it a party. Like you said a party. Is that just basically EDM term for putting on a concert?
I just call music as
Yeah.
a party. To me, music's a passion, and a party, if it's EDM, it's a concert, it's a festival. To me, it's a party.
Yeah, so it's a bar night. All right, so keep going. Keep telling the story going forward.
Yeah, so then that really helped launch my career.
Yeah.
Then everyone was like, oh my God, who's this kid that put on a Wednesday night party? This doesn't happen. Thing was packed out for a very long time. I could go on for hours talking about my career, but then I got put into other venues.
Yeah.
I started running Sound Factory, New York City. If you're not familiar with it, it's a legendary club. Richard Grant, the owner, rest in peace. He had passed away, but he taught me a lot of stuff. I became the New Jersey director for Sound Factory. Now, over with a lot of hard work, and my team's hard work too, it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
We were able to move on to many clubs between Sound Factory, clubs down the Jersey Shore that don't even exist at this time. And I started pretty much packing every single nightclub, and I became on hot demand. Every major club would reach out to me, ask me to come in, pack their club out, handle the talent, handle the event, handle the security, handle everything.
Right.
And that built me a very successful career over 15 years.
So when did the company Juice Entertainment start? Is that part of that, or was that more of a recent thing? Well, not recent anymore, but
So I was known as Tommy D Primetime.
Yeah.
All your listeners will know that. Juice Entertainment, I put that as basically when I made a contract with the Meadowlands. It was made like 3 years before. I hadn't used the company.
that was for the Meadowlands.
I
deal.
left it just, you probably know as a lawyer, I left it just so this one didn't have any other contracts with it.
Got it. Yeah. All right, cool. So keep going, moving forward up to the Meadowlands situation.
Yeah, so I had started really growing in the industry. I got into even, I was DJs in Belmar right up here. I ran DJs in Belmar, Kipples, Frank, Bill Ledicke, rest in peace. I ran their club as a New Jersey side for probably 10 years. I ran the clubs down the shore, the Jersey Shore Karma. I got brought in by MTV and the club owner at the time. The first year, people don't realize that club everybody thought it was corny, the show. Everybody did. And nobody wanted to pack it, and it was dead. You watch the videos, it's like same group of 200 people.
You're talking
there.
about the show, the Jersey Shore?
Yeah, first year, the Jersey Shore show. Everybody in New Jersey thought it was corny back then. We're from Jersey. Everybody thought it was corny at the time. It blew up in a billion-dollar industry, but I'm just saying. They asked me to come in and pack out the club. I was reluctant to. But MTV, I did business with them overseas doing Steve-O, Jackass shows in Cancun. So I got paid by MTV and a great deal from Karma to come in and pack the show. The club.
So you would help get people to go to Karma so that when Jersey Shore, they went to film there and stuff?
Yeah,
that
year one, it was dead.
Wow.
So of the show. So year two, I got paid a massive amount of money between the owner and between MTV to come in and pack out the Jersey Shore show. Reluctantly, because I didn't want to ruin my reputation because the people aren't from New Jersey. I became friends with some of them. However, I came in there, I packed out Karma. In the second year, you watch a show, the club was packed every single night.
Where is Karma?
It's down
Seaside
Seaside,
Heights.
right?
Seaside.
It's
Got it.
it's gone
Karma,
now.
Bamboo.
Yep.
Is that still there?
Bamboo's gone too. They're all
Okay.
gone.
Yeah.
Live Nation helped wipe out all those clubs by charging so much money for their ticket prices that people can't afford to go to clubs.
I can remember being in like my early 20s and seeing like there's like a foam party or something down at Bamboo where they'd have like a machine.
If you went to the
Pumps, like,
foam party
you
at
probably-
Karma, it was me throwing it. If you went to the surf club, Joey Harrison Surf Club, those
Yeah.
were my parties over 12, 14 years.
Wow.
So
The
with
surf
my
club
team.
in Ortley Beach.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw the Psychedelic Furs play there once.
There you go.
I've
I
seen
did their
some.
Sunday party where we were packing 5,000 to 10,000 people between the beach every single Sunday for a lot of years.
So you're talking about this process. You start out, you're basically renting out houses, I assume getting kicked out, moving on to the next one. You have this big show on a Wednesday night. Then you're working with MTV. You're talking about Steve-O. Stuff like, how's the career kind of keep rolling?
Yeah, so it's
and then
like
where does it
it's-
keep rolling from there?
Great question. It's like progression of a promoter, evolution. So I started off from house parties. And being realistic, most EDM promoters like me, house party promoters at that time, we did underground parties. Some were under train tracks. Mine were in houses. Yeah, getting kicked out of house to house. Absolutely. And then that progression moved on to the clubs. And I was ready bringing people to clubs. But after that first packed one, then I started having club owners calling me. Can you come in and pack my clubs? I pack clubs out from North Jersey to Central Jersey, to Club Abyss, people know, Hunka Bunka. In New Jersey, I'm talking a Jersey crowd, the world will know. All the way down to Miami. And I built a pretty big club empire where I was highly in demand and one of the largest EDM promoters, house music, like I said, it wasn't cool at the time, in the East Coast.
Wow.
I had a lot of success. I had won a lot of achievements. I was featured in a lot of magazines. At the time, it was Club Systems. Club I opened was featured on the cover of it. I won the #1 sound system in the world. I booked all the major celebrities over time. In the beginning, I couldn't book nothing. But then over time, I just pick up a phone. I booked in the Kardashians. I did them right in the beginning I can't say the dollar amounts, but talking with Kim's mom, really cheap. Paris Hilton, Snoop Dogg. I did Tommy Lee Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, if you're familiar with him. I did him actually at DJ's, his first DJ appearance in the United States. And then me and Tommy became cool for a long time, and I did his tour, helped run his tour worldwide.
Wow. Keep doing some of the name drops. I'm impressed by this. You got
Some of the name drops, I couldn't stop talking.
Wow.
All right, yeah. So keep going. So did you then start doing outside concerts or venues or whatever?
Yeah, so some of the concerts, Sandbar, Jersey City, some are indoors, outdoors, some mix across the board.
All right, so then you got this idea. Tell us about the State Fair thing. The idea was what? What did you envision?
Yeah, so I had hit the plateau. I became as big as I could get and accomplished all the dreams I wanted to when I had started off walking out of that hospital to want to be able to build a club empire. And then I created it with my team's hard work.
Yeah.
Now I wanted the whole scene. I saw EDM was going to be the next big thing.
Right.
And a lot of people ask me about this because they're like, why did Live Nation get involved? I'm like, Live Nation wasn't an EDM.
Right.
They did rock and roll. They had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I didn't run into them in 15 years of my business. So I realized that EDM music, house music.
And EDM is going to be like a different crowd than a rock and roll crowd.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah, it's nothing to do with rock and roll.
Like, oh, you know, there are punk rockers or, they're, okay, so it's completely
That's why
different.
for 15 years, I never ran into Live Nation whatsoever. Never saw them, never met them, never talked to them. I knew they did rock and roll. I could care less. They never bothered me. I never bothered them.
Yeah. It's a completely different, like, clientele.
all these festivals you hear about now and things like Burning Man, stuff like that. Were those around 15 years ago?
Well, most of them, Live Nation's bought all of them and owns all of them. Most all the companies, like Electric Daisy Carnival, they put on a festival right where I was going to put mine in the Meadowlands. They bought Electric Daisy Carnival for $50 million, and for 50%, they control it. So pretty much all these festivals you run, you go across the board, take a look at the data. Most all of them, Live Nation owns now.
So you kind of see this coming a little bit. You see the EDM scene is getting bigger, more, I don't want to say mainstream. That might be a dirty word.
You actually hit it correct.
Okay.
Mainstream. I saw it was going to go mainstream. I was ahead of the game.
So there you are. And do you have a deal in place to host this festival? What's going on at this time?
Yeah, so I landed the best contract I could ever of my life. I landed a 10-year deal, exclusive deal with the State Fair Meadowlands to produce all concerts and all festivals, not just EDM. But EDM was my start off. I was doing Latin. We were in talks with Dana White to bring in the stuff because at the time he was banned from New York City.
Okay.
For putting on shows. I think it was forget the mayor at that time, but he was banned from that mayor for putting on shows. So they were actually thinking about doing their first outdoor concert at my festival.
When you say Dana White, you mean
Like
MMA?
UFC?
Yeah,
UFC
absolutely.
stuff. Okay, got it.
They were
Yeah.
banned by I think it was Bloomberg at the time.
Yeah.
They were banned from so they were in talks with me actually to put it on a stadium, they wanted to, I guess it seemed like he wanted to rub it down his throat. They wanted to put it on across Times Square.
Yeah.
Put it all on there because New Jersey was legal to do so.
Yeah.
But that's a side story. So EDM was the start off though. I had a massive Latin festival. I'd partnered with Aventura to do a major show, but EDM was my start off, and that was my passion, and that was my whole background.
Got it.
So we came in and did a 10-year contract to do so. The State Fair Meadowlands, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's the largest fair in New York and New Jersey. They had over 500,000 attendees, which is awesome when you're a promoter. everything in place, all infrastructure, everything. The owner Al Dorso was amazing. He wanted this EDM festival. He wanted a concert space. He made a concert space that was 25,000 people, extended fence line. We could do up to 200,000 people with it.
Wow.
So we had the best deal I've ever landed, and we made a 10-year exclusive deal to do so until Live Nation came and wiped it out.
But who's the deal with? Who did you sign with? The,
The state-
Meadowlands Commission or something?
Great question. So the State Fair Meadowlands
Yeah.
is where I made the deal with.
Is
They
that
have-
like a state entity or something?
No, it's called State Fair Meadowlands. It's an independent business.
Okay, got it.
That is contracted by the New Jersey Sports Authority
Okay,
that
got it.
controls the Meadowlands.
So you're like almost like a subcontract under that,
Yes.
sort of. To do
So I made that agreement with him for 10 years to produce all concerts and all festivals,
Got it.
which
All right.
was a big threat to Live Nation.
So go ahead. Keep going with that story. We want to hear your story. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So we had the deal in place to produce the 10 years of events. And my start off was the EDM festival.
How are you supposed to get paid under the contract? Was it a piece? Was it a flat fee over those 10 years?
So we were taking all the door money that would come in. So all the ticket sales that came in, we gave a little piece to the venue.
All right. So let me understand this. So you got the state fair. Is this like a few days a year, or is this an ongoing thing? Like, when is the state fair concert scene active in a year?
Great question. So it was over 4 weeks
It's
a year
4-week
to
thing.
produce every concert, every festival. We were going to be packing this thing with
In the summer months?
summer months. It was from June into July.
So they call it the state fair.
It's called State Fair Meadowlands.
And it's a state fair.
And it's
a
at
fair.
the home of the new. It was at the brand new stadium,
Yeah.
home of the New Jersey Jets,
Yeah.
New York Jets.
So it's a
Let's go.
fair. It's like a county fair, state
County
fair.
fair, over 150 rides.
And you're doing the music part of it.
I have my own concert festival space that the owner had built out with the fence lines and everything.
So it's a
in
separate
place.
ticket.
Is a separate ticket, correct?
And what's that ticket cost roughly for that you
to-
had envisioned?
To be realistic with you, I can't remember it back then. It's been so long, but we have all our projections and spreadsheets, and we were going to make a lot of money. We looked at the estimates on the
And
EDM
you're supposed to get 100% of the ticket coming in there.
Correct, and we were giving the State Fair Meadowlands a few dollars back.
And what does that do for the state fair? That brings more people to the fair because they're attracted to the concert?
Absolutely. So this is just one concert talking about. We were looking at just the EDM festival, our projections, over the 10 years, over $100 million.
And the state fair, even though you're getting 100% of the ticket price, what is the state fair getting out of that?
I don't have the contract in front of me,
That's fine,
but
but
they got a
generally.
few dollars back on that. But he was covering all the security costs, all the toilets,
Yeah.
all the fence lines. He gave me a really good deal. It was the best deal, and he really wanted this, and he was a great guy. He liked it. He called me a grinder,
Yeah.
and he loved that I was a young entrepreneur and wanted me to succeed like
You're
he
hustling. But presumably, if someone's going to go to the EDM concert at the state fair, they might also buy a hot dog at the fair or go ride rides and buy one of those tickets too, maybe.
had. Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
of course that's why he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You have the whole. They come right through the main entrance, his ticket booth.
Yeah.
They're coming in there. They're going to spend money at the hot dogs. They're going to go on all the rides. They're going to cross the board.
So did you ever get it put off a concert or anything? Did you ever get a 1 year in or 4 weeks into this or no?
So we had the EDM festival. We had it in place to do so, and Live Nation came in and
All
wiped
right,
us out.
So tell us the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I got a call. It was like, I think it was February 18th. I think I remember the date, like in around 2011. Al Dorso was the nicest guy that ran this the State Fair Meadowlands. Awesome guy to work with. He calls me up and he tells me, boys, me and my partner were on the phone at the time. What the fuck you doing? Live Nation is calling me up. He's screaming. Now he's angry.
And the first fair concert is supposed to be that coming summer?
Yes, that's that summer. We have our staging in place. All the artists are confirming.
I mean, you got to organize this stuff a year in advance.
Yeah,
right?
we're totally organized. We're ready to go. We have
Yeah.
the staging. We have the artists.
What year is this?
It's 2011.
All right. And at that point, have you put a lot of cash out of pocket?
At that point, we had cash out of the pocket, and then we had millions of dollars in offers out to the artists. The artists, I made a deal with two partners at the time that I brought in. It was the verbal deal that I told you that I wouldn't kick them out, and that's why Live Nation kicked me out. One was John DiMatteo. One's name is Vito Bruno. Yeah. John DiMatteo, I was big in the EDM scene, but he was the guy. If you wanted the major EDM artist, you go to. Like it was back in the day, like if you wanted Mike Tyson, you called Don King.
So you had them lined up.
They partnered with me. They were in place. In Vito Bruno, he was legendary. Comes from the Studio 54 area.
Yeah.
He was the godfather of dance music. He'd done KTU Beatstock at the PNC Art Center, Jones Beach, for I think 15 years, 30,000 people each one.
And they bring the talent in, or they are the talent?
Nah, those are the co-promoters.
Got it. Okay.
They're the co-promoters.
All right, so you got deals with them. You get the call.
Yep.
Well,
and
go ahead. What
we have
happens
deals.
with the call?
We have offers out to all the artists. Tiesto at this point in time had verbally agreed to perform our concert.
Yeah.
Tiesto at the time was the number one DJ in the world. At the time, the prices weren't as high as they are now to book these DJs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So we were on our way over to a meeting with Vito and John actually, and me and my partner Chris got a phone call, and he's circling back. Boys, what the fuck you doing? He's angry, mad. You pissed Live Nation off. Kind of thinking, who's Live Nation for a minute? They said they're going to block all your talent. They're blocking Tiesto. He's not going to perform. William Morris Agency. That's our agency. We ended up having $1 million in offers in, one of the largest in the world.
So you have a contract with the State Fair Meadowlands. It's just Juice Entertainment, you, Live Nation, who, as far as you know, has nothing to do with any of this, is coming in as like an outsider and somehow interfering with your contract with Meadowlands?
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I'll tell you something. I'm kind of smart with protecting myself with the contract. I expected like maybe Electric Daisy Carnival, maybe like a Club Posh in New York City that they might try to get involved.
Right.
So I made sure my agreements were secure.
We're tight, yeah.
And I held back a little bit with that. I made sure my partners wanted to move faster a little bit, but I want to make sure nobody stole this idea I had because I knew how successful it was going to be, and I know it was going to turn into a billion dollar industry, and I knew I was ahead of the game. I never suspected Live Nation. It was something I would never suspect. And then on that phone call, they also said that Live Nation's blocking all your tickets. They're bad-mouthing you to the sports authority. I got pressure coming against me to kick you out.
How did you plan on selling the tickets? Like, how were you going to sell tickets to that?
You had to. So with the great question, Jerry. So through the Meadowlands, on the sports authority, it's under the sports authority. They have an exclusive agreement with Ticketmaster.
Okay.
So you have to use Ticketmaster for your tickets.
Got it.
But I didn't know clue at the time that Live Nation even owned Ticketmaster.
Got it.
At this time. So I was like, Live Nation can't block my tickets from Ticketmaster.
Right.
I've done business with them in the past.
And if Ticketmaster puts the kibosh or whatever, then you can't sell your tickets.
It's pretty simple. No tickets, no show.
Okay. Sounds a bit unfair, but anyway, keep going.
So you have a 10-year contract. What are there provisions in the contract that say, if you can't sell tickets, we can kick you out?
Yeah. So some of the provisions that got made harder when Live Nation got involved. Mm-hmm. First, Al was really cool. Year one, he understood it. His first year. So I didn't need to have time frames of when artists contracts need to be signed, you name it. Live Nation's later executives and meetings that I have that are tape recorded.
Let's stay kind of chronological with it. But so you've got the contract in place. Live Nation comes in, starts talking to the person that you'd been talking to, and then what happens from there?
Al Dorso told us that Live Nation was blocking the whole entire festival, blocking all our tickets, blocking all the talent, and the show wouldn't happen. So he asked me to go meet with Live Nation, which I didn't even know who they were. So I set up a meeting with became the president of Live Nation, New York City, which Michael Rapino claims to be the largest market in the United States, Jason Miller. And their VP of talent at the time, so there's big players, John D'Esposito.
So they say they're blocking it. Why? Why did they say they were blocking it? What's this all about?
Hold on, Oscar. Can we go off for 2 seconds?
All right. So it's February. You're ready for this show to start that coming summer. Live Nation calls, or you get the call from your guy at the State Fair and says,
correct.
and says Live Nation's putting the kibosh on this. Go meet with them.
He said they're the 800-pound gorilla.
Yeah.
They will squash us if they want. I need you to go meet with them because they're going to wipe you out.
Did you ask why do they want to wipe me out? What did I do wrong?
He said to me, you didn't do anything wrong. They want the festival and they want the EDM. They said to him, the EDM is the hottest thing coming up now, and they want it. And he said, this John D'Esposito dude, he told me he's crazy. And he said he had offered them the festival, and he's quoted in papers with this too.
Previously.
He offered him the festival the year before, and he slept on it. And he said,
Okay.
now it's like a little kid in a sandbox, and now I got it, and he wants it.
All right. So what'd you do next after that call?
We set up a meeting with Live Nation Entertainment with
Where?
Jason Miller and John D'Esposito at their headquarters in New York City.
All right. So what happens? You go to this meeting.
Went to the meeting with Live Nation. Went in to have the meeting with them. I was hoping I could get them maybe to do kid shows and leave me alone on my stuff. Wasn't sure how Al had told me this, but I only heard it from his mouth. So when I went in there, we walk in the door. It's Jason Miller, and then John D, known as John D'Esposito.
Where are they from? Jason Miller and D'Esposito.
It's Live Nation, New York City. Jason
Got
Miller
it.
was
They're Live Nation
became
people.
the president, and
Yeah.
John D'Esposito was the VP of talent of Live Nation Entertainment. I never
Got it.
did any business with them. Didn't know who they were. Didn't care who they were.
Got it.
As soon as I walk in the door, John D'Esposito comes in like a pit bull. There's loopholes in your contract. I'll kick you the fuck out anytime I want.
He's
Jason-
cursing like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Screaming, yelling, vicious like an animal, literally. I'll kick you whenever the fuck you want to. I don't know if you want to swear there, but if you
It's
kick,
fine.
I'm just telling you what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kick you out whenever the fuck I want. We want this festival. We get in the EDM festival, you partner with us, or you're fucking out.
Right.
I was like, why don't you do a kiddie show? I'll give you a kiddie show to do, and you could do so. You guys promote this stuff. Or promote a rock and roll show. I'll do that. We could do some business.
Right.
No, EDM or nothing. They then said, we're blocking Tiesto. That was my headliner.
Yeah.
We're blocking Tiesto. And then the William Morris Agency, they said, I've called the William Morris Agency. That's one of the at the time, is the largest talent agency in my field of business,
Yeah.
of EDM,
Yeah.
house music in the world. Jason Miller says, I've called the William Morris Agency. We are going to block all your talent from the William Morris Agency.
Do you know how they can do that? Did you have an idea back then? How do they have the power to block these guys? Did you have a sense of that or any opinion?
Well, it was kind of a little shock to me at the
Yeah.
time because I was inspecting Live Nation.
Yeah.
But then when you realize that Live Nation, a powerhouse, was coming in like that,
Yeah.
I can tell you now I can see why. But they,
Or how? Yeah.
and how they could do why. But at that quick shock moment, I
Yeah,
was
you
kind
were
of
like,
what,
yeah, you're
I was
trying
kinda
to
like,
process
I was
it
like,
all.
what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm defending my event. I'm like,
Yeah.
John DiMatteo's, Tiesto is his right hand. If you,
Yeah.
he books every one of his shows. It's on documentaries.
Yeah.
We have William Morris Agency wanted to partner with me.
Yeah.
They came in, I want to be the wind behind your sails. They wanted to partner in our event. So every artist wanted to be involved. This is the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like a brand, at the time, this was the brand new stadium
Yeah.
opening up. The $1 billion stadium opening up. It's the best location, best spot.
All right. So keep going. So they say that, then what?
Then they told me they keep attacking more. As soon as I defended, like, hey, we can still get talent.
Yeah.
And they're telling you, no, we're blocking it. We'll block Tiesto's dates worldwide. We'll block Steve Angelo. We'll block all the artists' dates worldwide.
So they'll intimidate the artist to back out.
Not intimidate.
Yeah.
Just tell them to block. Real simple. If they run all the stadiums, they run all the tours, we'll block them worldwide.
Meaning they can't perform at any of these places.
If they perform at the Meadowlands,
Yeah.
point blank, they will perform at no other place. Then when I defended that, then they said, we've seen your contract, John. There's loopholes in your contract.
Yeah.
The loopholes he talks about is I need, and it's in some court documents, and I intend to prove a trial, and I have it.
Yeah.
The loopholes are I needed talent signed by a certain time.
Right.
And they're the ones telling me we're blocking all your talent. So
Yeah.
the loopholes are the ones they created. There was no loophole. It was
Yeah.
just them blocking the talent. Then they said, well, the Meadowlands is ours. This is our stadium. This is ours. Bamboozle's mine. This is our stadium. And we'll get you kicked out through the Sports Authority. I already knew from Al Dorso, they were bashing me, his words, bashing me to the Sports Authority at the powers can be.
Yeah.
Putting mad pressure on Al Dorso.
Yeah.
Because he runs the state, his landlord is them.
Right.
I can't blame him. He's a good guy. I can't blame him for
Al
anything with
Dorso
it.
is the state fair guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
okay.
landlord's the Sports Authority.
Yeah, of
you want to
course.
put your carnival on, you can do the best. The
Yeah.
guy's was a very honorable guy. Did the best he could with it.
Yeah.
Then they said, well, we'll get you kicked out through the Sports Authority. That's our stadium. It's not happening. Then when I back challenged more, they said, well, block all your tickets. Said, you're not getting any tickets from Ticketmaster. And I was like, they're like, we own Ticketmaster. And I was like, dude, I did business with Ticketmaster and got tickets. You can't block my tickets from Ticketmaster. We
Right.
bought it. We own it. No tickets from Ticketmaster. I thought he was bullshitting. I didn't believe him
Yeah.
until I got out in the car and did a Google search. Then I realized Live Nation owned Ticketmaster, and I was like, shit,
Yeah.
we're in a lot of trouble.
All right. So keep going with the story.
Yeah, so that meeting was a lot more than just that.
Yeah.
But you can name it across the board. They came in attacking across the board.
Yeah.
So after that time, the festival was in a lot of trouble. Right after that, we had millions of dollars out to all the artists. They met with my business partners.
What do you mean you had millions of dollars out in contracts?
Yeah, so you put offers out.
Yeah.
So to book talent,
Yeah.
put offers out to the talent.
How much the talent's going to get paid to come play?
Correct. We had millions of dollars offers to the William Morris Agency, Tiesto, Windus Agency. We had all these offers out. All the artists, some of them verbally agreed to confirm. Other ones we're working on just flights.
So to put on a show like this, there's a lot of moving parts. You need security, you need talent, you need water, you need tickets, you need food, and it's a lot of like moving parts.
There's
that
so
you gotta,
many. Great question, Jerry. There's so many moving parts.
Yeah.
One great thing about this deal. This is the best deal I ever had in my life. I always had to do those moving parts.
Yeah.
Have the security.
Yep.
Get the
State fair is
toilets.
handling all.
State fair was handling security.
the talent.
State fair was handling the electricity. State fair was handling every single thing. All I
Yeah.
needed to put the stages, which we had in place, put the talent in and the marketing. And the state fair was putting 150 billboards up,
Yeah.
promoting all my events from right down here by you in Belmar, down the Jersey Shore,
Yeah.
to through New York City.
Yeah.
They were putting us on all their radio advertisement, all their marketing ads. So I had millions of dollars in free advertisement for all my events.
So it's a great deal you worked your whole life to get to. So all right, keep going. So
Great deal I worked my whole life to get to, absolutely. So after we walked out that room, the artists, the agents, everything just went dead silent.
right.
They met with Live Nation had met with my partners. Some of it it's on tape recorded conversations, and they told them, John DiMatteo, as he says, like a gangster in a suit. If there's 10,000 people event, we have to be involved.
Yeah.
And just circling back to that Live Nation meeting, just Jerry, because I skipped over it. They had told me, kick Vito and John out, my partners, partner with us. We fund the whole thing. You get 50%, and we'll let your festival happen, and you'll get 50% of the money. To me, I call it a shotgun marriage.
So they wanted you to screw your two partners,
Yep.
you to team up with them. Okay, got it.
Correct.
It's
Yeah,
like the plot of so many movies. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, why don't you ditch these guys? Come with us.
It's just like a mob thing.
Yeah.
They came in, screw your partners over, and I only had a handshake deal with them.
Yeah.
So I could have, but I don't break my word.
Yeah.
So kick Vito out, kick John out. They talk so much trash about them to me.
Yeah.
And partner with us, and you get 50%, and we'll let your festival happen, and we'll fund it.
Right.
I don't got to spend $1. You're going to fund the whole thing. When I denied that, that's when they wiped out the festival.
And they wipe it out by what you said in terms of putting the kibosh on the talent and what, like in DeVita, who's the festival, not the festival, the state fair guy. What's his name again?
Al Dorsa.
Dorsa.
Yep, absolutely. So they actually went to my business partners, bashed us to my business partners.
Yeah.
I allege, defame me. I have the evidence. I got the receipts for this. To the State Fair Meadowlands, to the Sports Authority,
Yeah.
to the talent agencies, including my partners at the same time. And at that point in time, they just killed the festival.
So
That
how
was it.
long after that meeting do you realize in your mind it's dead, the show's dead, this is not going forward? Is that like a couple weeks?
When I walked out that door, I realized that
You were in
I
trouble.
was screwed. I was in a lot of trouble. But I wasn't going to quit. I've been a fighter my whole life.
Yeah.
So I was trying every way to make this festival work. I'm not going to let somebody just bully me and
Yeah.
run me over. I put a lot of years, a lot of success. This is my industry, not theirs. So I kept fighting and kept trying to get the festival to go on.
So then does the contract formally end at some point with the state fair?
Yeah, State
Did you
Fair.
get a letter or something? Or
Yeah, I actually remember this to this day. Al Dorso had, because in these meetings, John D'Esposito was just crazy, insane. Al Dorso had told me in meetings afterwards how crazy D'Esposito was,
yeah.
how they were blocking the talent from Tiesto, William Morris Agency, which I have on tape recording as well, unfortunately. And then Al Dorso called me up, and we talked, and he said, we were unable to perform the contract. because we couldn't get the talent. As
Right.
he said, as I said, Live Nation blocked all our talent.
Yeah.
I said, yes. Told you it was going to happen. And then he said, so John D won. John D won. That's something that stuck with me to this day and kind of helped me continue the fight.
So what happens that summer? Was there an EDM performance at the state fair?
There was no EDM festival at the state fair that summer. However, Live Nation bought the Electric Daisy Carnival. And in meetings with me, they told me that I could not get talent if it was not through them.
Right.
Electric Daisy Carnival, Pasquale,
Yeah.
which they bought and own.
So they're starting to move in and expand into the EDM world.
Yep. Or Eddie Dean, who was a co-promoter with theirs. I could not get talent for any of my events.
Do you have an idea how much money you lost throughout what you would have made after over 10 years? Did you have an idea of that?
So just on the EDM festival alone, it was over $100 million in our projections.
Yeah.
But I had Latin in place.
In terms of net profit?
Yeah. This is a massive festival.
Yeah.
And on the Latin side, I had Aventura. Back in the day, I'm not sure if you're familiar with, but they were the #1 Latin artist in the world. And they had agreed to partner with me on the Latin festival, and they were funding the whole thing too. I met with them in their studios. Lenny, they came to my Charlie Sheen event right by the Meadowlands, and they were partnering with me. We were going to put a 3-day Latin festival on as well.
What was your Charlie Sheen event? What was your Charlie Sheen event?
Yeah, so
Quickly, because I want to find out what you do. Did you go to a lawyer and do something about this? But you said Charlie Sheen.
So real quick, if you're familiar with Charlie Sheen back in 2011,
Winning.
he was as popular as Taylor Swift was last year.
Yeah.
He was the #1 celebrity in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted him.
Yeah.
I had a lot of connections. I did the right thing by artists. I did the right thing by fans. I did the right thing by people.
Yeah.
So all the agencies work with me. And I got offered Charlie Sheen for his first club appearance at the time when it was basically putting Taylor Swift in a club.
Got it.
My talent was all blocked by Live Nation this time, and I'm still fighting and scrapping, trying everything to still make it happen. So I decided to take Charlie Sheen and put him on at a club in Carlstadt, New Jersey called Dragonfly that you could take basically a stone and hit the Meadowlands Stadium.
Yeah.
And I put him on there, and I think it was like in April, if I go off the top of my head. It was cold. I spent more money on tents and heating to put it outside. Meanwhile, all the big clubs were offering me crazy money to put it in. I did this to try to secure the talent that I was trying to do for my festival to show, look, I can put this on right next to the Meadowlands.
Right.
You can throw a stone to it. And I put Charlie Sheen on there. We had a successful event. Aventura showed up at that event, and that locked my Aventura deal in for me. But time ran out with me being able to secure the EDM festival, and I was kicked out of my contract.
So what's this do to your career? I mean, okay, the state fair thing was kibosh, but couldn't you just go back to the clubs and doing other things? Like, what's this do to your career?
Yeah, I wish I could have. So Live Nation, I allege, and they did.
Yeah.
They defamed me everywhere, from the
Got it.
Sports Authority to the state fair. It spread to all the fans, club owners, talent agencies. All the talent agencies used to. I'd literally just pick up a phone, book the Kardashians, book Paris Hilton, talk to them, book Snoop Dogg.
Now no one's taking your calls.
No one's taking my calls
Because Live Nation.
Live Nation was pissed. They wanted this. They wanted this event, and
You think they want to send a message to any other, Tommy Dorfmans out there that edge in on their territory? Like,
well, their CEO,
like they got the Meadowlands thing. Why do they need to now defame you in the industry wide?
because I'm probably one of the only few people that didn't take their money and get acquired or hired. And their CEO at the time, Michael Rapino, who was publicly on public newspapers, publications, said he was scared of the EDM scene.
Right.
Because he was behind the 8 ball.
Right.
And he put out there, they need to acquire or hire all these promoters, which they did, except me. And his fear was that lesser-known organizations, somebody like myself, was going to lock up EDM festival space before Live Nation did.
Right.
So I believe that the Live Nation executives just followed through with what I call the godfather of the Live Nation family, Michael Ruffino, with their threats, and that's why they came in and wiped me out, just like a mob family would do if it came from Gotti with Sammy the Bull.
They tried to make you an offer you couldn't refuse, but you refused it, and
I
that's
wouldn't.
what happened.
I wouldn't kick my partners out, and I didn't take it. So I was wiped out.
So then what happens? You find a lawyer?
Yeah. So before that, I was nominated as the number one promoter at this time by the New Jersey Star Ledger by NJ Rocks.
Right.
I was a nomination that was put and it was voted by the fans.
And what's your stage name? Tommy D?
Tommy D. It was Tommy D. Primetime.
Got it.
I was nominated as the number one promoter. I lost everything. No artists are picking up my phone call. No agents. My name is like trashed even to the fans with it. And at that time, my name was revoked from that number one promoter thing. I was told that Live Nation from the debacle had my name removed from that number one promoter.
That's terrible.
I was running Karma at the Jersey Shore. They didn't pick up the phone anymore. I was supposed to run it that year. I lost every single thing I worked 15 years for with a lot of hard work, and my team too. My team ended up losing their careers over this. I lost everything, lost all my money. I put everything into this festival, and then I ended up going homeless from this.
That's terrible.
I started off pretty much homeless, rented houses, those house parties, and they took me beyond where I was at and put me back homeless again.
So, okay, so you find a lawyer.
Yup, absolutely. I decided I needed to find a lawyer.
So take us from there, right?
Yeah, so I grabbed a lawyer. I have so I had meetings with Live Nation executives after where I have them tape recordings where they're confessing to everything I'm saying.
You probably don't want to tell us anything your lawyer said or you said to your lawyer, but just the stuff that's in the public, you know.
Yeah,
you get a lawyer, they file a lawsuit,
yeah,
you
of
know.
course.
Nothing private, just what's in the public.
Absolutely. Thank you. I respect that. Obviously, I can't say that.
That's all we're looking for is that's what we're all asking is stuff that's out in the public domain that you've already said. No private conversations with you and a lawyer.
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I appreciate that coming from a lawyer.
Yeah.
So I decided I needed to get a lawyer. And I was, I guess, naive at the time because I have tape recordings from all the witnesses, all saying exactly what I just told you.
Like all this stuff, this story that you're telling us, you got a lot of evidence, you got a lot of
evidence, but at
recordings
the time I
pointing it.
just had tape recordings.
Yeah.
From Al Dorso,
that's good
conversations,
evidence. Yeah.
John DiMatteo, Vito Bruno, all my witnesses, all saying what I'm saying now and a lot worse stuff about Live Nations and Live Nations executives confessing it to me on tape.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I didn't want to sue.
Yeah.
I just wanted my festival back.
Right.
I wanted my career back.
Yeah.
So I thought with all the information that I had, being, I guess, naive, that suing them, that they would give me, pay me for what I lost and give me my festival back.
Yeah.
And maybe give me money to get back on my feet with it because their executives were confessing to it.
Hard to get your name back too, though. You know, that's the other thing.
Well, I figured they would, come out and publicly apologize for what they did. I guess being naive, not in the law world, you know?
Yeah.
Instead, they took Jason Miller, who was the VP of talent. That's the one who told me he's blocking all my talent and everything, and I alleged did it. I'll prove it at trial.
Yeah.
They promoted him to the president of Live Nation.
Okay.
John D'Esposito, who I was told by Jason Miller was crazy, uncontrollable, a grimy motherfucker, and they ambushed me for no talent, for no reason. They produced a documentary, Bamboozle documentary, produced by Michael Rapino on Live Nation Entertainment, showing how crazy he was and promoting him to the world.
Yeah.
So he got a promotion. Meanwhile, I'm left with nothing.
Yeah.
And I needed to
So you go to a lawyer, you file a lawsuit in what, federal court?
filed a lawsuit and ended up being New Jersey federal court.
And as you understand it, what's the lawsuit claim? I mean, I'm not looking for any legalese stuff, but what do you? Is it like interference with the contract or what?
Yeah, we were going to file an antitrust suit, but my lawyer's concern was the cost and how many years it would extend to.
Yeah.
Because he said my antitrust suit was a slam dunk.
Yeah.
So we went with tortious interference because that's what my lawyer had said, that it would be a much shorter process.
Yeah.
And we get in court very quickly and move forward. So we went tortious interference.
Sounds like a textbook interference to me. You got this contract with, what do I know? But you got this contract with the state fair. You got all this stuff. And they come in and say, we want your territory and partner with us if you don't. And I don't know. Anyway, okay, so how's the case? So what happens? You filed the case.
So I had to go at that point after not going into legal risk, but putting money into lawyers and a lot. Then I had to survive. I got a job going door to door selling cable to survive, and I've funded the litigation for those 15 years doing so to this time.
Oh, so 15 years?
15 years.
So when did you file the case?
I believe off the top of my head, it's going to look it up. I believe it was in the beginning of it was 2011.
So it's taking you, maybe an hour or so to tell the story. Why is it taking 15 years to get some justice and a day in court? Like, listen, let me tell you what we see, okay, in cases. Mark and I, we always have these cases where it's David versus Goliath, where we're fighting big corporations, large insurance companies. And one of the tactics that we see, in our opinion and our experience, is where they just paper you. They'll file motions. They'll just do things to drown you out and to try to bleed the client dry or stress the client out or just drive up your case costs and litigation costs. And it's like you want to fight us, and then they can drag stuff out for years. Like that's what we've seen.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've heard there's PowerPoint presentations out there sometimes that are like, delay. People will either give up and take less, or if they're elderly, you delay long enough, they'll die, and their case will be worth less, at least in a personal injury context.
Absolutely. So that's what happened here. So Live Nation was ordered by the federal judge. His name was Judge Mannion at the time, and he was fair, to turn over all this massive amount of discovery to us.
Yeah.
Live Nation kept just lying, saying, we're going to send it. We're going to send it. Oh, it's too burdensome, but we're going to send it. They never appealed it. They never fought the ruling. We had to keep going back to the court, year after year to try to get this discovery. Finally, my one lawyer, his name was David at the time, he filed something to the court saying, like, we don't want the plaintiffs to, like, understay their welcome here with the court, but we're entitled to this information.
Yeah.
And Live Nation still will not provide it. Live Nation on the discovery side, we only got 5% of the discovery we're entitled to, even to this day. So we finally had to stop because we ran out of money.
Yeah.
So we had to move forward because we were out of money, and I don't have the resources after that many years of fighting and paying for it.
Yeah.
We had to stop the fight on the discovery, and but they delayed it just because they wouldn't turn over with federal court order.
Yeah.
Look, Live Nation was the United States Senate subpoenaed them in recent years for information.
Yeah.
And I don't think Live Nation's even turned over the information to the United States Senate at this time. If you're not going to give it to the Senate, why the hell are they going to give it to me?
And then you had a congressman get involved, right? Kind of advocating for you in your situation.
Yeah. So how that came about was
Pascal was his
late
name,
Congressman Pascal out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
He had been fighting Live Nation for longer than I had before their merger versus Ticketmaster, which I didn't even know anything about because it didn't involve me.
Yeah.
He had found I had an expert report that was suppressed.
Yeah.
Successfully by, his name was the Philip Sellinger, who I found out later was the U.S. attorney for New Jersey.
Yeah.
Successfully suppressed my expert report.
Yeah.
By my leading expert, Dr. Richard Barnett.
Yeah.
That I allege, and the complaint shows.
Saying it was like secret or something or confidential.
Yeah, the report shows that the report, if anybody reads it, look at it. I encourage everybody to look at it.
Yeah.
We allege that Live Nation is running a criminal enterprise and a fraudulent business on the levels of Enron.
Yeah, I think the report's publicly available. It's
on Pacer.
Yeah,
Congressman Pascal had team found it. We didn't even know it was on Pacer. It was a big lawyer upsie.
Yeah.
If
anyone Googles expert report of Dr. Richard Barnett, Barnett, ECF number 117-2 in case number 2:11-CV-07318, DNJ, which is District of New Jersey. If you Google that, the report's probably going to pop up. It's publicly available on that.
Yeah, this was put out by Congressman Pascal. We didn't even know it was on Pacer.
Yeah.
So it was the big lawyer oopsie by Mr. Sellinger or the other Greenberg-Troy attorneys of 2000, and one of them accidentally published it on Pacer.
Yeah,
after they fought so hard to stop this report.
It's in the public domain.
It's in the public domain, and on public records, they said something. If we did not destroy the report, swear that we would never use it in this litigation, any other litigation. This is from Philip Sellinger.
Yeah.
That we would, they would get my case kicked out of court, and I would have to, and it's in court records, I have to pay them like in the thousands and thousands in sanctions.
Yeah.
So they proprietary information, they said.
Yeah.
And then they accidentally published a report. We didn't know, but the late Congressman Pascrell, who was a supporter of mine, he had found the report and published it to the United States Senate, Department of Justice, and the FTC and more.
So the allegation was the report discusses proprietary information and can't be publicized?
So Live Nation won this expert report. Live Nation, Philip Selinger was the New Jersey not Attorney General, gave him promotion, the U.S. Attorney General, U.S. Attorney. He and Greenberg Troy successfully got the report not accepted into the court.
Okay.
What's the report say?
The report says this is information all from Live Nation's internal documents.
Yeah.
And first, just going to it, Dr. Richard Barnett. He's the expert in the entertainment industry. He wrote the book on concert industry. If you go to a college or your kids go to college anywhere in the United States or across the world, you read his books. And we were having a hard time getting experts. When we found this information, which we allege is a massive financial fraud by Live Nation on billions of dollars in a scheme,
Yeah.
I couldn't get experts.
Right.
The experts were scared. Some of them were fearful, you know, of what would happen. And we kept finding there'd be one expert, there'd be one guy they kept cliff noting. And he'd be like, Dr. Richard Barnett. They all quoted him. This guy wrote the book on the business.
Yeah. And what's he say? What's he say about your case?
So what Dr. Barnett found in his report there shows how Live Nation runs in what we allege, legal rebate scheme.
Right.
And also has two sets of books. One is for Live Nation, Michael Rapino, and they're in a little circle. And the other one for the fans, for the artists, for the independent promoters. What Live Nation does is, and I intend to prove a trial, Live Nation gets rebates, kicked back from the venues, and they negotiate the rebates. How much money they're going to get, for analogy here. The venue wants $100,000 in expense for security. Live Nation wants to pay, let's just say $60. Live Nation, instead of getting $10 a rebate, wants $15. They'll raise the cost for the promoters, the artists, and it gets passed directly on through to the fans. In turn, Live Nation gets a higher rebate, where I believe, and my expert believes, they broke their fiduciary responsibility with their co-promoters, artists, agents, and this gets directly passed on to the higher, ever increasing ticket price that Michael Rapino has recently just said that he's really happy to increase.
His summary of his opinions, which is available on like in the public domain, it says your decision to not accept the offer of Live Nation to co-produce that event was sound and necessary, considering evidence that suggested a business model adopted by Live Nation that's extremely financially predatory against, among other people, independent promoters. Do you know what he means by that? What's your understanding of that? What he's talking
Absolutely,
about?
1,000%.
Yeah.
So at the time, after Live Nation involvement, I spoke with independent promoters, even Johnny Mateo, people that partnered with Live Nation. They used my partners to put their EDM bets on. That's the only ones they did.
Yeah.
And they're like, we pack out all these venues, and I'm losing money on every event. I don't understand. I don't understand how they're making money. How I'm losing money. That's why they didn't want to work with them, and they worked with me.
Right.
For my festival.
Yeah.
Live Nation was trying to work with them.
Yeah.
So Dr. Barnett is showing that through these illegal rebates, I allege, the victims of this are the independent promoters, the co-promoters, the artists, the agents. Live Nation, in the report it shows, directly negotiates how much money a state-owned venue or a venue will kick back. And this isn't the venue's choice.
Yeah.
The venue doesn't want to do this. The venue's told, let's say that Live Nation wants a rebate $10. Told, I want $15. If Live Nation doesn't, if the venue doesn't pay them that, Live Nation says, we skip the show on you. This is information I've seen. So Live Nation will skip the show on the venue. No show for the venue, very bad for business.
Right. So
Live Nation then went in and as you read in the report right there, they use these rebates, as I allege, to stuff their pockets. This is how they make money.
Yeah.
I've seen thousands of shows where independent promoters, artists and agents are all in the red, negative, and information. And every time on the back end, Live Nation's going high five, making money, because these rebates and the negotiation of increasing expenses are never seen.
Yeah.
And it's not showed to the artist. I don't blame the artist. The artists don't even see it. Are you gonna go to the artist and say, hey, by the way, we're scheming all this. I call it an illegal scheme.
Yeah.
We're gonna just scheme all this money from you or the promoter. You're gonna walk in and say, hey, our projections show this event's gonna lose money, but on the back end, we're gonna make $1 million, but you're gonna lose. Who's gonna partner with them?
Yeah.
So this information's all been. I believe I'm the only one that has this information, and that's one of the things that keeps me continuing to fight this case.
So as you understand it, Live Nation appears to play games with like their books or their finances, and somehow it sounds a tad complicated.
Yeah, it's really simple.
Yeah.
It's really simple, actually. It can seem complicated. It's really simple.
Yeah.
Live Nation has partners, which is a co-promoter, artist, and agent.
Yeah.
Which they have a fiduciary responsibility to at that time.
Yeah.
They now negotiate higher expenses with the venues, I allege.
And
that gets passed on to the co-promoters, artists, and agents. In return, Live Nation takes a higher rebate kickback that the money only goes to Live Nation's pockets, their CEOs, and their company.
And you were able to figure that out, or just in the litigation?
Yeah, my general counsel, he's you've been a lawyer with it. Any algorithm wouldn't figure it out.
Right.
He had a unique background from an Oxford attorney to an accounting expert, financial fraud expert, and running entertainment industry. He went through every document to document. They accidentally turned the stuff over to us.
Yeah.
He was able to find the information. They put it together like spaghetti, but he was able to piece it together. And Dr. Barnett backs up every single of it. And I wouldn't be saying this with a $36 billion company with unlimited resources fighting me this long, and I know what they'll do, unless I had the actual receipts to say everything I'm saying on this podcast to you.
Does that thing affect the talent too and what they make on the shows?
Absolutely.
Like how?
So if the talent has the prices increased,
Yeah.
so let's just make an analogy. If your security is supposed to be $50,000, and now it goes up to $100,000, talent's making less money.
Yeah.
And guess where that gets passed on to? The fans.
Yeah.
Because if I'm an artist, if you're an artist, you tell me, if you lose money on 3 shows, what are you going to do?
You gotta raise the price.
Raise the ticket prices. It's
Yeah.
real simple. It's just common economics. Like this is just a little racket, and like it seems complicated, but this is just done by thugs. They're just thugs in suits, gangsters in suits, and it's so stupid. But how they do it, they're not smart people. It works, and they make billions and billions of dollars scheming everybody, ever increasing ticket prices on the fans. For literally just doing this.
Yeah, I mean, concert ticket prices over
Crazy.
the years. We used to go see good concerts for like $10.
Yeah.
And then
Good days.
yeah, and then maybe yeah, and then the
What's the worst now? You go to buy your tickets. It's like, all right, $120, not bad. And it's like surcharges, fees. Next thing you know, it's $200 more.
or charging mandatory parking when you're gonna Uber there or something, or ride a bike to it.
Yeah, it's rough. They own everything. If you want to talk, it's just one monopoly. It's literally like a mob
That controls all the tickets.
Like we're
and
from New
stuff.
Jersey, New York. Like there's the 4 or 5 families.
Yeah, hardly.
At least there's that with the mob. There's
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
With Live Nation, there's only one family. It's Michael Rapino, the godfather of the Live Nation, I allege criminal family.
Yeah.
And that's it. At least the 5 families can compete and stir up competition. There's no competition with Live Nation. They control every single thing in the entertainment industry. They've ruined the club scene. They've ruined independent promoters because they either buy them, acquire them, or wipe them out.
Yeah.
And artist development. They've killed the artist development. You got these stadium tours. Artists are forced. I don't blame the artists. People ask me many times. The artists are forced to take what they give them.
Yeah.
Are you better off? People are like, well, they're getting ripped off. Why are they ain't working them? Well, you better off making $100 or making $0?
Yeah.
I don't blame the artists. They're going to make $100. Why do you think the artists don't speak out?
Yeah.
They can't. They want to speak out? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what happens when you speak out?
Yeah.
You're like Pearl Jam. You wiped out at that time back in the day. So you have to use Live Nation. You have to use Ticketmaster. They've killed artist development. You know how many artists have never been developed that are out there, and they've never been developed because those scenes killed. So one of my goals is to help recreate the scene. And with Live Nation and Ticketmaster together, it's never going to happen. And it's more than just a breakup. They need to be split in as many people or shut down.
It reminds me of the scene in Godfather with Waltz Entertainment, when he said he was going to run her out of the business, you know?
Yeah, I think I remember what you're talking about.
What do you think, Mark? It's kind of crazy, this whole thing.
I do think it's crazy. And I've been sitting here thinking, too, that we talk about delay in some of these cases and how they take such a long time. But 15 years, that's a schlag. That's a fight.
The lawsuit was filed 15 years ago.
That's almost unheard of.
I've looked up my case. I'm not a lawyer, but I've looked up. I know I'm the longest case against Live Nation.
Yeah.
And I'm not on appeal.
Yeah.
Do you have a trial date?
No. And I'm the longest case that's not on appeal. And I've looked up in the United States, in an active case not on appeal, I actually can't find one that's longer than mine. But
in my experience, the longer a defendant delays a case, often tells me the more afraid they are to actually have a trial and have it aired out in court, you know.
Live Nation does not want the evidence that I have exposed to come out to a public jury on them.
Yeah.
The information that I have, if it were to come out against Live Nation, I think it does way more than break up the company. So they don't want this information out. And you know what? They're winning. They delay, they pressure, they confuse, and they're winning. I don't blame the courts. I know the courts are busy. I understand. But when you have all that kind of money, I have my lawyer, Andrew Smith's a really good attorney. Yeah. He's awesome. But it's one lawyer. You know what I mean? You're battling Greenberg Troy's 2,000 lawyers, 2,000 paralegals. Philip Selinger, I'm battling the guy from the U.S. Department of Justice.
Yeah.
He's the guy that suppressed the report. I don't know if you're familiar with that, you know?
Yeah. What's the deal with that? What's going on with that?
He was their the trial attorney.
In your case?
In my case.
And now he's at the Department of Justice or something?
Yeah, well, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
A mayor of my hometown, Mayor Michelle Dell, West Milford, New Jersey, put out a press release asking for for Philip Selinger and to investigate he was the head of the New Jersey Department of Justice. Yeah. To investigate why my case took so long and the financial irregularities that my expert and myself allege.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Philip Selinger was even the head of the U.S. Department of Justice. Yeah. Didn't even know. So basically, she was asking. We didn't even know, but I had to Google. I found out later. Somebody called me from the media. She's asking the top cop. We're asking the top cop to investigate himself for potentially being an accomplice alleged to a crime that he helped cover up and commit. Yeah. So it's pretty hard to investigate yourself when you're the top cop.
So what was there some recent stuff that Live Nation was saying about ticket prices or something that's been in the news?
Yeah, Michael Rapino. I don't know. His ego is insane. He recently just came out and said that ticket prices are too low. Yeah. And that ticket prices should be increased. Yeah. Now, it's really nice. And it's kind of crazy that you do this when you have...
We should increase the cost of electric, too, while we're at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy when you have this shows absolute power. Yeah. And the absolute power they feel they have and that they're above the law. Yeah. Because when you have the Department of Justice filed the lawsuit against you, which should be coming up for trial, and now in recent weeks had the FTC file a lawsuit against you for ripping off fans. Yeah. And now you want to come out and publicly and say, let's increase ticket prices. They're too low. Yeah. John Gotti with the Teflon Don, he will like to speak to the press. He would have never done that facing a trial. Yeah. So it just shows you the power that they feel they have. They're way above the law. And he's living in that beautiful Hollywood mansion with a lot of yachts. I tell him, come out. Ask any fans. We're from New Jersey. You're from New Jersey. Yeah. Go talk to any people around New Jersey here. Go in here and ask them. Michael, go ask the fans, Michael. We want to raise ticket prices. How do you feel about that? Yeah. I don't think it'll feel so good. I think he should go, why does he go to Meadowlands? When's his next concert? Prudential Center. Oh, God. Why does he get on the stage? Yeah. Who wants to raise ticket prices? Yeah. You know, if they say, raise them, Michael. If they say no, lower them. Stop ripping the fans off. This is what this is about for me. Yeah. And this is about the fans being ripped off. I'm just one person here. I'm one victim. I'm the early victim of the Live Nation and Ticketmaster merger. Yeah. You know how many other people are victims? Yeah. A lot. Yeah. They're all wiped out. They can't speak up. or they got wiped and don't have the resources, or they're scared to do so, which I don't blame any of them.
Yeah.
But Rapinoe, listen to the fans, and if they want lower ticket prices, do it. You can be a hero.
Yeah.
So, Tommy, what keeps you going with this? Like, what's it all about? Is it about the money? Is it about something else? Like, why are you still fighting all these years?
Yeah, so when I first started off, it was economic. It was for the money and to get my career back. After the time, the information I've seen by Live Nation, the internal information I've seen is so disgusting. What they do to the fans, artists, promoters, but really even the fans, the worst. And I know why these ever-increasing ticket prices, because I have the information right in that report, is there. So the fans are paying the price. And I've decided to do this for a cause for the fans and for the scene. They've killed the club scene. They killed the artist development. They have killed the whole entire industry. Let's be realistic. The industry is Live Nation. There's no entertainment industry. It's the Live Nation Michael Rapinoe industry. That's it. I have a son that's 11 years old now, and he was like, I want to produce concerts and festivals, Daddy. I'm like, dude, you're going to college. I didn't go to college. You're going to college. You can't produce festivals. Unless something happens in my case, you can't do this with Live Nation. You didn't have the opportunity I have. So this is way bigger than me. I'm just the one person. This is all about the ever-increasing ticket prices. People have to mortgage their house, not pay rent. We talked about electricity. Don't pay to go pay $1,000 for a Taylor Swift concert. What do you have to do? Not pay your electricity. Let your electricity get shut off for some people. It's true. The cost is so high. It's ridiculous, and it's all by this corporate greed, which I allege is just through a scheme that's just stuffing pockets illegally.
Yeah, which is laid out in this expert report, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Tommy, thanks. I don't know if you've got anything else. Jerry, do you know procedurally where the case is at? You just
I have a major hearing on October 17th in New Jersey Federal Court.
In Newark?
Yes, Newark, New Jersey Federal Court. Anybody that wants to keep ticket prices down, and if you listen to Michael Rapinoe and want to raise ticket prices, don't show up and support me.
Yeah.
If you want your ticket prices down, I only ask for support. That's it. I would ask for everybody to show up at New Jersey Federal Court.
Who's the judge on it at this time?
Judge, off the top of my head, her name is Judge Chechi. I apologize if I promoted it wrong.
Judge Checky.
Checky, yes.
Checky.
In New Jersey Federal Court, October 17th, where Live Nation is trying to knock out 500 of my exhibits and only keep 3.
Yeah.
Only keep 3 and eliminate motions. So they don't want my information to be seen by the public. Yeah. And that's October 17th in New Jersey Federal Court, biggest hearing of my case. And hopefully I can get a trial date. I've continued a very long time. And if I don't get a trial date soon, my witnesses are getting old. You know what happens then.
And what's you have a website or something that people can reach out to you on? Or
Yeah, Tommy D at juiceentertainment.com. We ask for your support. Well, I do ask for your support. And again, this isn't about me. This is about the scene. This is about the fans. And this is about my kids, but this is about other people's kids that want to grow in the scene, want to become promoters, and for parents and that can actually afford to take their kid to a concert without going broke.
Yeah.
And Michael Rapinoe wants to raise it, so he wants everybody to go more broke.
Awesome. Hopefully you can get some justice in Jersey, man. Thanks for coming on.
Well, pleasure for having me on, and thank you very much. Justice in Jersey. Let's go.
All right.
Thanks, Tommy.